Hello everyone. This is a simple English story for beginners. The story is about a man named Liam. He works in an office and learns something important: how to stay calm when life is stressful. You will read how calm words and calm actions can change people and make work easier. It is a friendly story with easy English. Enjoy the story and have a nice time reading. Liam is a young man. He lives in a small, quiet town. Every morning he wakes up early, makes a cup of warm coffee, and walks to his office. He likes simple days. He likes when everything is calm and peaceful. Liam does not like noise, problems, or people who shout. Peace is very important to him. Liam works in a small office with a few other people. Most of them are friendly and polite. But one man in the office is different. His name is Mark. Mark often gets angry very fast. He speaks loudly, even when he is not angry. When something goes wrong, he shouts. When he is stressed, he blames other people. Many workers try to stay away from Mark because they feel nervous near him. One Monday morning, Liam arrives at the office earlier than usual. He wants to finish an important report before the day becomes busy. The office is quiet. Only the soft sound of computers and the hum of lights fill the room. Liam sits at his desk, opens his laptop, and starts to work. He feels calm and happy because the morning is peaceful. But the peace does not last long. Suddenly, the door opens loudly. Mark walks inside with fast, heavy steps. Liam looks up and sees that Mark's face is red. His eyes are angry, and his mouth is tight. Liam already understands that something is wrong. He feels a small wave of stress, but he sits still. Liam. Mark shouts in a strong voice. Why didn't you send me the files yesterday? I needed them. I waited and waited. Liam feels surprised. He remembers he sent the files yesterday afternoon. He wants to say, I sent them. Check again. He opens his mouth, ready to speak, but he stops himself. He closes his mouth slowly. He takes one long, quiet breath. Liam started reading books about staying calm a few weeks ago. One book said, do not react fast. When you react fast, you lose your peace. Take a breath. Think first. Stay quiet. Liam wants to practice this idea in real life. So Liam stays calm. He keeps his voice soft. Good morning, Mark, he says. His tone is polite. Let me check the files again. Mark looks confused. He expected Liam to fight back, to argue, or to defend himself loudly. But Liam does none of that. Liam looks calm, like nothing is wrong. This surprises Mark, and his angry energy becomes a little weaker. Liam opens his email. He scrolls down and finds the message he sent yesterday. I sent the files at 4:15 p.m., Liam says gently. Maybe the email went to spam. I can send the files again right now. Mark blinks. His face is still serious, but he looks less angry. His voice becomes quieter. Oh, maybe I didn't see it, he says. Yes. Send it again. Liam nods. Okay, I will send it now. He clicks the mouse and sends the files again. It takes only a few seconds. Then the office becomes quiet once more. Mark stands there for a moment, then leaves the room without shouting. The door closes softly behind him. Liam lets out a small breath. He smiles a little. He feels proud of himself. He did not react fast. He did not shout back. He did not lose his peace. He chose calm. And because he chose calm, the problem became small and easy. Liam thinks, maybe this really works. Maybe staying calm makes life better. He returns to his report and begins to type again. His morning becomes peaceful once more. The next day, Liam wakes up early again. The sun is just starting to shine through his window. The light is soft and warm. Liam stretches, gets out of bed, and makes a cup of coffee. He enjoys the smell. He feels ready for a good day. As he walks to work, he thinks about yesterday. He thinks about how he stayed calm and how the problem with Mark became smaller. This memory makes him feel stronger. Maybe today will also be peaceful, Liam tells himself. When he enters the office, some coworkers smile at him. Liam smiles back. He sits at his desk, turns on his computer, and begins to read his emails. Everything seems normal. But after only 15 minutes, he hears loud steps in the hallway. Heavy, fast steps. Liam already knows who it is. A second later, Mark appears in the doorway. His face looks tired and unhappy. Liam. Mark calls, not shouting, but still loud. Where is the new report? I need it now. The boss is waiting. Liam feels his heart beat a little faster. He hasn't finished the report yet. He planned to work on it this morning. Liam's fingers stop on the keyboard. For a moment he wants to say, "You didn't ask me for it yesterday. How can it be ready?" But he remembers the lesson from yesterday. He takes a slow breath. Then another. "Good morning, Mark," Liam says softly. "Yes, I am working on the report. I will finish it soon." Mark frowns. How soon? 10 minutes? 15. Liam looks at the computer. The report is not long, but it needs time. He thinks for a moment. "I can finish it in 30 minutes, Liam says calmly. Mark shakes his head. "The boss wants it faster," he says. His voice begins to rise. Liam can feel the pressure in the air, like a small storm is starting. But he stays calm. "I understand," Liam says. His voice is quiet and warm. "I will do my best. I will send it as soon as possible." Mark looks at Liam again. He expects fear or stress. But Liam's face is relaxed. His hands are steady. His words are polite. This surprises Mark again. "Fine," Mark says finally. "Just send it soon." He leaves the room. The sound of his footsteps slowly fades away. Liam closes his eyes for a moment. That was close, he thinks. But he stayed calm. He did not react fast. He controlled his feelings. After a short moment of rest, Liam begins to type the report. He works quietly and carefully. He does not rush, but he also does not waste time. While he types, he thinks about something the book said. When you stay calm, you help your mind think clearly. Liam feels this is true. His thoughts are clear. His hands move smoothly on the keyboard. He is focused. 25 minutes later, the report is ready. Liam reads it one more time, just to make sure everything is correct. Then he sends it to Mark and to the boss. 2 minutes later, Mark returns to the office. This time he looks surprised, not angry. "You finished it already?" he asks. "Yes," Liam answers with a small smile. "I worked on it right away." Mark opens his email on his phone. He reads quickly. His face changes. He looks calmer. "Good job," Mark says quietly. "Thanks." Then he walks away. Liam sits back in his chair. He feels warm inside. It is not pride. It is something softer, something peaceful. He thinks, maybe calm is stronger than anger. The next morning begins the same way for Liam. He wakes up early, drinks warm coffee, and walks to work. The town is quiet and the air feels fresh. Liam enjoys the calm morning. It gives him energy. It helps him feel ready for the day. While he walks, he thinks about Mark again. Yesterday, Mark was loud and stressed, but later he became quiet. Liam remembers how he stayed calm and how the situation became easier. This thought makes Liam smile. He begins to believe that calm is not only a feeling. It can also be a tool, something that helps him in difficult moments. When Liam arrives at the office, he sees something unusual. Mark is already there. He is standing by the printer, looking at some papers. His face does not look angry today. It looks tired but normal. Liam quietly walks to his desk, not wanting to disturb him. A moment later, Mark turns around. "Oh, good morning, Liam," he says. His voice is not loud. It almost sounds friendly. Liam is surprised but happy. "Good morning, Mark," he answers with a small smile. Mark looks at his papers again. "The boss liked your report yesterday," he says. "He said it was clear and fast." This is the first time Mark gives Liam something like a compliment. It feels strange, but in a good way. "Thank you," Liam says softly. "I'm glad it was helpful." Mark nods and goes to his desk. For a moment, the office is quiet. Then something unexpected happens. Mark sneezes loudly. Papers fall from his hands onto the floor. "Oh no," Mark says, and he looks annoyed again. Liam watches him. The old Mark would shout at someone, maybe even blame a coworker. But today, Mark just stands there, breathing loudly, trying to pick up the papers. Liam sees that Mark is struggling. So Liam gets up, walks over, and begins to help. "Here, let me take these," Liam says calmly. He bends down and picks up some pages from the floor. Mark looks surprised again. "You don't have to," Mark says quietly. "It's okay," Liam answers. "We can do it faster together." Mark hesitates, but then nods. The two men work side by side, gathering papers. It takes only a minute. When they finish, Mark looks at Liam in a new way, almost like he is seeing him for the first time. "Thanks," Mark says. His voice is low, almost soft. "You're welcome," Liam replies politely. Mark returns to his table and sits down. Liam goes back to his desk too. The office becomes quiet again, but something feels different. The air feels lighter. The room feels friendlier. Liam sits in his chair and thinks, maybe people change when you are kind to them. Maybe calm helps not only me, but also others. He starts his computer and begins to work on a new task. As he types, he hears Mark talking to another coworker. This time, Mark's voice is not angry. It is normal, a little loud, but calm. Liam smiles again. He does not want to take all the credit, but he feels something important. He feels that his calm behavior is slowly changing the atmosphere in the office. Maybe not much, but a little. And a little is already good. Later that morning, Mark walks past Liam's desk. He stops and asks, "Liam, do you want coffee? I'm going to the kitchen." Liam looks up, surprised again. Mark never asked this before. "Yes, thank you," Liam says. Mark nods and goes to the kitchen. Liam watches him leave and thinks, something is different today. Maybe something is changing in him. Maybe something is changing in both of us. He feels warm inside, not because of the coffee he will get, but because small kindness and calm moments are starting to grow into something bigger. The next day begins differently for Liam. When he wakes up, he already feels that the day will be busy. His phone shows many new messages from work. Some coworkers ask questions. Some need help. The boss wants updates. Liam drinks his morning coffee quickly and leaves home earlier than usual. The air outside is cool and the street is quiet, but Liam's mind is full. He thinks about all the tasks he must finish. He thinks about deadlines and emails. Still, he tells himself, stay calm. One step at a time. When Liam enters the office, he hears voices. People are talking faster than usual. The office feels different today, like a pot of water starting to boil. Many workers look stressed. At his desk, Liam opens his computer and begins to organize his tasks. He writes a small list. Answer emails. Check the new project. Help Anna with the document. Talk to the boss. The list is long, but clear. It helps him feel more in control. A few minutes later, Mark walks into the room. He looks serious, but not angry. His steps are quick. He holds a folder in his hand. "Liam," Mark says in a strong voice, "we have a problem." Liam feels a small wave of stress, but he takes a quiet breath. "What happened?" he asks. "The boss wants all weekly reports today," Mark says. "Not tomorrow. Today. Before lunch." Liam looks at the computer clock. It is only 9:10 a.m. Lunch is at 12 o'clock. That is not much time. He feels the pressure, but he remembers the lesson he is learning. Stay calm. Calm helps you think. "Okay," Liam says softly. "We can do it. Which part should I prepare?" Mark opens the folder. These 3 sections. They are important. The boss needs them first. Liam nods. "I will start right away." Mark hesitates for a moment. Then he says something unexpected. "Thank you. I know today is difficult." Liam looks up. He sees stress on Mark's face, but also something else, trust. It is a small change, but clear. "You're welcome," Liam answers. "We will manage." Mark walks away to talk to another coworker. Liam starts typing, focusing on the first section. The office noise grows louder. Phones ring. People discuss problems. Chairs move. Someone sighs loudly. But in the middle of all this, Liam keeps his rhythm. He types slowly but steadily. After 20 minutes, Anna comes to his desk. She looks worried. "Liam, I'm sorry," she says. "I need help with the document again. I don't understand this part." Normally, Liam would stop and help immediately. But today is different. There is too much work. His mind feels full. He takes a breath and says kindly, "Anna, can I help you in 1 hour? I must finish this report first." Anna nods quickly. "Yes, of course. Thank you." She walks away. Liam feels relieved. He was polite and calm, and he protected his time. This is new for him. It feels good. At 10 a.m., Mark returns. "How is the report?" he asks, but his voice is not loud or angry. He sounds tired. "I finished the first section," Liam says. "I am working on the second." Mark nods. "Good. You're doing well." These simple words surprise Liam again. Mark almost never gives positive comments. But today he does, twice already. The day continues. The office becomes busy like a beehive. People walk back and forth. Papers move from one desk to another. But Liam stays centered, calm, focused. At 11:45, Liam sends all 3 sections to Mark. His heart beats fast, but he feels proud. Mark checks the email on his computer. He reads quickly. Then he turns to Liam. "Perfect," Mark says. "Thank you." "Really?" Liam smiles softly. "I'm glad I could help." For the rest of the morning, he feels a quiet strength inside. Not because someone praised him, but because he stayed calm in a loud and stressful day. Calm is not just for easy moments, Liam thinks. Calm is for difficult days too. The next morning, Liam arrives at work feeling a little tired. Yesterday was very busy, and he went to bed later than usual. Still, he feels proud of the work he did. His calm helped him, and it helped the whole office. He hopes today will be easier. But when Liam enters the office, he sees people standing in small groups and whispering. Their faces look worried. Something is happening. Liam walks to his desk and turns on his computer. Before he can even open his email, the office phone rings loudly. Everyone looks at it. Then Mark quickly walks over and answers. "Yes, sir," Mark says. His voice becomes formal. Very formal. "Yes, he is here. I will send him." Mark puts the phone down and turns to Liam. "The boss wants to see you," he says. Liam freezes for a moment. His stomach feels tight. "The boss wants to see me? Why?" Liam usually meets the boss only for short work questions, but today sounds different. "Now?" Liam asks quietly. "Yes," Mark says. "Right now." "Don't worry. It's okay." But Liam does worry. He stands up slowly, feels his hands shake a little, and walks toward the boss's office. The hallway feels long. The sound of printers and keyboards fades behind him. He knocks on the boss's door. "Come in," a deep voice says. Liam opens the door. The boss is sitting at his desk with a serious expression. He gestures for Liam to sit down. Liam sits carefully. "Liam," the boss begins, "I looked at the weekly reports yesterday. I saw your sections. They were done well. Very well." Liam blinks. Relief washes over him. "Thank you," he says softly. "But," the boss continues, "that is not why I called you." Liam's heart jumps again. "I want to talk about something else," the boss says. "I noticed the atmosphere in the office. People seem calmer. There are fewer loud arguments. Even Mark is different." He looks directly at Liam. "And I want to know how you helped make this happen." Liam is surprised. Me, he asks. Yes, the boss says. Several workers told me that you handled difficult situations calmly. They said you helped Mark focus and stay controlled. They said you create a peaceful mood. And I can see it too. Liam feels shy. His face becomes warm. He does not know what to say. He only says, I just try to stay calm. It helps me think. The boss nods slowly. Exactly. And this office needs more of that. I want to give you a new responsibility. Liam's eyes widen. Responsibility, he repeats. Yes. I want you to help with team communication. When there is stress, I want you to help workers stay focused. You don't need to be a leader. You don't need to give orders. Just continue what you are already doing. Show calm, organize information clearly, and help people understand each other. Liam is silent for a moment. This is new, unexpected, but it feels right. I can try, he says. I believe you can do it, the boss answers. The boss writes something in a notebook, then looks up again. One more thing, he adds. Mark told me you were very helpful this week. That is a big change. Continue this work. Liam stands up, thanks the boss, and walks out of the office. His legs feel light. His mind feels full, but in a good way. As he walks back down the hallway, he thinks, I didn't plan for any of this. I just wanted to stay calm. I didn't know it could change so much. When he enters the main office, Mark looks at him. Well, Mark asks, everything okay? Liam smiles gently. Yes. The boss wants me to help the team more. Mark nods. Makes sense, he says. And for the first time, he smiles back. Just a small smile, but a real one. Liam sits at his desk again. He feels something new inside, confidence. Not loud confidence, but quiet and steady, like a small candle that gives warm light. Calm really does change things, he thinks. Not fast, not loudly, but slowly like the sunrise. The next day starts quietly. Liam comes to the office a little earlier because he wants to check the new project plan again. He makes a cup of warm tea, sits at his desk, and opens the files. The office is almost empty, and the silence helps him think. He reads the plan slowly. Everything looks clear. Tasks, dates, names. But when Liam reaches the middle of the document, he sees something strange. One of the sections is missing. It looks like part of the report was not saved. He checks again. Yes, the whole section is gone. Liam feels a small shock. This is not good, he thinks. The boss will need this part soon. He tries to stay calm and breathe slowly. This helps him think clearly. A few minutes later, Mark arrives at the office. He sees Liam looking at the screen with a serious face. What's wrong? Mark asks. Liam answers softly. A part of the project file is missing. I don't know why. Maybe it didn't save correctly. Mark comes closer and looks at the screen. This section. I worked on it yesterday evening, he says. I was tired. Maybe I closed the file too fast. Liam nods. It happens, he says gently. We can fix it. Mark looks worried. The boss wants the full plan today. If this part is missing, he will be angry. Liam sees the stress growing on Mark's face. He remembers how quickly Mark can explode when he feels pressure. But Liam stays calm and speaks in a slow, steady voice. "We can rewrite the section," Liam says. "Together it will be faster." Mark hesitates. He looks at Liam for a moment, then nods. "Okay, let's do it." They sit down at Liam's desk and begin to work. Liam asks questions, and Mark explains what he remembers. Sometimes Mark gets frustrated when he forgets a detail, but Liam keeps his tone soft. "It's okay. We can find it. Let's check the other file. Don't worry, we have time." And slowly, step by step, the missing section begins to appear again. At 9:30 a.m., Anna comes into the room. "Good morning," she says. "Oh, are you two working together?" "Yes," Liam answers. "Part of the file was lost. We're fixing it." Anna looks surprised. She knows Mark usually works alone and dislikes cooperation. But today something looks different. Mark is sitting quietly, thinking, not shouting. "That's good teamwork," she says with a smile. Mark lifts his head, a bit embarrassed. "We're just fixing the problem," he says. But inside, Liam can see that Mark feels proud too. An hour passes. The new section is almost finished. Liam reads the text carefully to make sure everything is correct. Mark watches him, tapping his fingers nervously on the table. "Do you think it's good enough?" Mark asks. "Yes," Liam says. "It's clear and complete." Mark lets out a long breath. "Thanks. I couldn't do it this fast alone." Liam smiles. "That's why we work in a team." Just then, the boss walks into the office. He holds a notebook in his hand. "How is the project going?" he asks. Mark freezes. Liam looks up and answers calmly. "We had a small problem. A part of the file didn't save, but we fixed it together." The boss looks at the screen. Then he looks at both of them. "Well done," he says, "especially for solving the problem quickly." Mark stands a little straighter. He even smiles, but only a little. After the boss leaves, the room becomes quiet again. Liam returns to his seat. Mark stays still for a moment, then says, "You know, before I would get very angry when something went wrong. But today it was different." Liam looks at him. "What was different?" "You," Mark says simply. "When you're calm, it helps me stay calm too." Liam feels warm inside. He didn't expect these words, but they feel true. Maybe calm spreads from one person to another, like light in a dark room. The next day starts with gray clouds in the sky. Liam walks to work under a cool morning breeze. He feels calm, but also a little tired. The project is big, and the team must finish many things very soon. Still, Liam tells himself, one thing at a time. Stay calm. When he enters the office, he immediately sees that the day will not be easy. Several coworkers are already waiting near his desk. Anna, David, and two other workers, Tom and Julia, all look worried and hold papers in their hands. "Liam, can you help me first?" Anna asks. "No, me first," Tom says. "I have a problem with the numbers." David sighs loudly. "My file won't open again." Liam feels the pressure rising. So many people need help at the same time. For a moment, he feels panic inside his chest. His heart beats faster. But he remembers. Yesterday, he stayed calm with Mark. And it worked. So he raises his hand gently and speaks slowly. Please, one at a time. I will help everyone. Just give me a moment. His calm voice spreads through the group like warm air. People quiet down. Julia smiles nervously and says, "Okay. Sorry, Liam. We're just stressed." "I understand," Liam says. "It's a busy week." He asks Anna to show him her document first. The others wait by their desks. Liam looks at Anna's paper. The problem is small and easy to fix. He shows her, and she nods happily. "Thank you. I understand now." Next, Liam helps Tom. Then Julia. Then David. Each time, he tries to speak slowly, softly, and clearly. And something interesting happens. When Liam is calm, the others become calm too. Even David, who usually complains the loudest, says, "Okay, I guess it's not that bad now." After almost 40 minutes of helping others, Liam finally sits down to work on his own tasks. Just as he begins typing, Mark arrives. He looks stressed and holds a laptop in his hands. "Liam," Mark says quickly, "the boss wants a small update on the project. But something is wrong with my computer. It froze again." Before, Mark would shout angrily at this moment. But today he looks tired, not angry. "Can you fix it?" Mark asks. Liam stands up and walks to Mark's desk. The computer screen is frozen. Liam presses a few keys, restarts the system, and waits. The computer turns on again. "It should work now," Liam says. Mark watches him. "Thanks. I don't know why, but when you help, things feel easier." Liam smiles softly. "Maybe because I don't hurry." Mark thinks for a moment. "Maybe I should try that too." Liam returns to his desk, but he does not get far. 2 minutes later, the boss walks into the office. His steps are fast, but his face is not angry. "Team, listen," he says. "We need one more small meeting today. There is new information about the project." People groan softly. They are tired of meetings. Liam sees this and stands up. "I can explain the new information later," he tells the boss. "After you tell us, I can help the team understand it." The boss nods. "Good idea, Liam." "Yes, do that." During the meeting, the boss explains a new task, but many workers look confused again. The project has many parts. It is easy to feel lost. When the meeting ends, Liam stays in the room while the others come to him with questions. He draws a simple plan on a whiteboard. Step 1. Check the files. Step 2. Fix small errors. Step 3. Finish reports. He uses short sentences and simple words. The team begins to relax. They understand what to do. Mark stands beside him and watches. After a moment he says, "You know, you make things clear. When you speak, everything looks simple." Liam blushes a little. "I just explain slowly." "That's the point," Mark says. "I always rush. Maybe that's why I get angry." Liam gently pats the marker on the table. "You're learning," he says. Mark nods almost proudly. Later that afternoon, the office finally becomes quiet. People are working calmly. For the first time in many days, the atmosphere feels light. Liam sits at his desk and thinks. Calm is not only for me. Calm is something I can give to others. The next day begins calmly, but Liam already knows the project is entering its final days. The deadline is very close, and everyone must finish their part soon. Liam arrives at the office early again. The sun is not very bright, and the sky looks cloudy, as if the weather also feels the stress of the week. He sits down, opens his computer, and starts checking the team's progress. Most people are doing well. Anna finished her part. David sent some files last night. Tom asked a few questions, but completed everything on time. Liam feels proud of them. At 9:20 a.m., Mark enters the office. He walks fast, and his face looks tense, but not angry, more worried than usual. Liam, he says quickly, we have a problem. Liam turns calmly toward him. What happened? Mark holds a printed page in his hand. The numbers in this table don't match the numbers in Anna's report. The boss will check everything today. If we don't fix this, he will think we made a mistake. Liam takes the page and reads it. Yes, the numbers are different. Something is wrong. It's okay, Liam says softly. We can check it together. But before they can begin, the office phone rings loudly. Mark jumps a little. I'll get it, he says. He answers the phone, listens for a few seconds, then hangs up. That was the boss. He wants the final report in 2 hours. Liam looks at the clock, 9:23. They have until 11:23. 2 hours is not much time for a full project check. For a moment, Liam feels a wave of pressure, like cold water on his back. His breath becomes short. But he closes his eyes for 1 second and reminds himself, stay calm, one step at a time. He turns to Mark and says, let's check Anna's report first. Together, they walk to Anna's desk. She looks up, startled. Is something wrong? She asks. Not a big problem, Liam says gently. We just need to compare some numbers. Anna opens her file. Liam compares both documents slowly and carefully. After a few minutes, he finds a small mistake. I see it, Liam says. This number here is from last week's file, not the new one. Anna looks embarrassed. Oh no, I clicked the wrong file. It happens, Liam says kindly. Let's fix it. He explains the correct number, and Anna updates her document. Then Liam and Mark go back to their desks to recheck everything. Mark sits down heavily in his chair. I hate deadlines, he mutters. I always feel like something will go wrong. Liam smiles a little. Deadlines are stressful, but we can handle this one. Mark shakes his head. You always say that, and somehow it helps. As they work, more co-workers come to ask questions. Liam, which file should I send? Liam, can you check this date? Liam, is this number correct? Liam helps each person quickly, but calmly. He uses short sentences and an even tone. The office is busy like a small storm, but he remains still in the center, like a tree that stands while the wind moves around it. At 10:40 a.m., they finish checking all the numbers. Everything looks correct now. We did it, Mark says, exhaling loudly. Yes, Liam answers. Now, let's send everything to the boss. Mark prepares the file, but his hand shakes a little. He is nervous. Liam notices and says, "You can do it. We checked everything carefully." Mark nods and clicks send. The email flies off into cyberspace. Now they can only wait. The next 20 minutes feel long. People talk quietly. The clock ticks loudly. Liam tries to stay relaxed, but even he feels the tension building inside the room. Finally, at 11:05 a.m., the boss enters the office. Everyone stands up a little straighter. The boss holds the printed report in his hand. His face is serious. He looks at the team and says nothing for a moment. Then, slowly he nods. "Good job," he says. "The report is correct. Everything is clear. No mistakes." A quiet wave of relief washes across the office. Anna smiles. David sighs. Tom gives a tiny fist pump. Mark closes his eyes for a second, then looks at Liam. "You saved us again," he says softly. Liam shakes his head. "We did it together." Mark smiles, a real smile this time. Liam sits down at his desk and feels something warm inside him. Not excitement, not pride, something simpler. Something like quiet joy. Maybe calm is not only helpful, he thinks. Maybe it is powerful. The next morning, the office looks different. Not in a big way, but in a quiet, gentle way. People walk a little slower. They speak a little softer. The air feels lighter. The big project is finished, and everyone is finally relaxed. Liam arrives early again. He likes coming before the noise starts. He sits at his desk, makes tea, and opens his notebook. For the first time in days, he has no urgent tasks. He writes a small list of simple things to do. Nothing is heavy or stressful. When Anna arrives, she waves at him happily. "Good morning, Liam," she says. "Yesterday was amazing. Thank you for helping everyone." Liam smiles. "We did it together," he says. Anna nods. "Yes, but you kept us calm. Without you, we would all panic." Liam shakes his head shyly, but inside he feels warm. He never thought he would hear such words. He always thought of himself as quiet and ordinary. But now he understands something new. Quiet does not mean weak. Sometimes quiet is strong. A few minutes later, David enters with a big smile. "Boss liked the report," he says. "He said it was the best we made this year." "That's great," Liam answers. Then Mark walks into the room. He is holding 2 cups of coffee. He looks a little awkward, but his expression is friendly. "Liam," Mark says, "I brought you a coffee. You like it black, right?" Liam blinks in surprise. Mark never brought him anything before. "Yes," Liam says softly. "Thank you." Mark puts the cup on Liam's desk. "It's just a small thank you. You helped me a lot." Liam nods. "You helped too." Mark smiles, and for a moment he looks almost shy. Then he sits at his desk and starts working. As the morning continues, something interesting happens. People ask Liam fewer questions than before. Not because they don't need help, but because they feel more confident after working with him. They learn from him. They learn to stay calm. Liam watches the office for a moment. He sees Tom explaining a file to Julia. He sees Anna checking numbers carefully. He sees David helping someone restart a computer. And Mark is speaking calmly to another coworker, not shouting, not rushing. It feels like a small miracle. Around noon, the boss calls the team for a short meeting. Everyone gathers in the room. "I want to thank you all," the boss says. "The project was finished on time, and the results are excellent. But I want to give special thanks to Liam." Liam feels his heart jump. He did not expect this. The boss continues. Liam helped the team stay organized and calm. He solved problems, explained tasks, and supported everyone. He didn't do this loudly. He didn't try to control anyone. But his calm changed the whole office. People nod. Some smile at Liam. He feels his face getting warm. The boss adds, "We often think strong people are loud. But sometimes strength is quiet. Sometimes strength is calm." Liam showed us that. Liam lowers his eyes, but he is smiling. After the meeting, people return to work. Mark comes to Liam's desk again. "You know," Mark says, "I used to think anger helped me work faster. But it didn't. I was just scared and stressed. Watching you, I learned something new." Liam looks at him. "What did you learn?" he asks. "That I don't need to react fast. I can breathe, think, stay calm." Liam nods. "That's what I try to do. And it works," Mark says. "It really works." He goes back to his desk, and Liam sits quietly, thinking. He remembers the first day Mark shouted at him. He remembers how his hands shook. He remembers the moment he decided not to react, not to fight, but to stay still and calm. He didn't know then that this small choice would grow into something big. He looks around the office, quiet, peaceful, full of people working with focus and less stress. And he smiles to himself. Calm is a power, he thinks. A quiet power, but a real one. And from that day on, whenever something stressful happened, people often said, "Stay like Liam. Stay calm." And they did.